So we are just days away from the Pixel 10 Pro XL launch, and I've got 10 new updates about the phone, so let's get right into it. What's up guys, Sal here. So first up, both the Pixel 10 Pro and Pro XL are getting ProRes zoom up to 100x confirmed in the official specs. That's a huge jump from the 30x on the Pixel 9 Pro. The big question is whether this is true on-device zoom or if Google's leaning on some cloud-based processing to get there. Samsung, Xiaomi, plenty of brands have 100x zoom already, and let's be honest, most of those shots are garbage. But Google's AI game is different, so maybe, just maybe they've done something meaningful here. I'd love to be surprised, but let's not get carried away until we see actual samples. Speaking of cameras, the Pixel 10 Pro lineup is also getting a new trick called Camera Coach. This is Gemini powered and meant to help you take better photos by giving you real-time suggestions. So if you're framing a shot, it might tell you to tweak your angle or adjust your lighting. It sounds great on paper, but as always, we'll have to see it in real-world use before handing out any awards. Now here's one I didn't expect: MagSafe, or Pixel Snap as Google's branding it. Earlier leaks suggested Qi 2 ready, meaning you'd need special cases for magnetic charging. Turns out, nope, the magnets are built right in, no case needed. That makes Google the only major brand besides Apple to do this. Personally, I hate using cases, so I'm all for it. Hopefully other brands take note. Yes, Samsung, I'm talking to you. The Pixel 10 lineup is also getting telemacro. This means you can use the telephoto lens for macro shots instead of just the ultra-wide. And don't worry, they're not removing ultra-wide macro. You'll be able to do close-up shots from both. An official image also confirms that the Pixel 10 Pro, Pro XL, and Pro Fold will include 1 year of free Google AI Pro, which includes Gemini Pro, 2TB of storage, and more. That's about $240 in value. The regular Pixel 10 will likely get it for 6 months. Now here's where it gets interesting. Evan Blass says all Pixel 10 models, including the Pro, XL, Fold, will ditch the SIM tray in the US in favor of dual eSIMs. But the thing is, we've seen legit CAD renders and even leaked units showing a SIM slot, so maybe it's just a US only change, or maybe the rumor's off. But it's from Evan Blass, so yeah, don't ignore it just yet. If true, not great, eSIMs still have their headaches. Adding to the confusion, real images of what's likely a dummy unit of the Pixel 10 show a SIM tray. So again, international buyers might still get physical SIM support. Next, the official spec sheet for the Pixel 10 Pro XL shows the battery life listed at 24+ hours, which is exactly the same claim as last year. This is despite a bigger battery and the new Tensor G5 from TSMC. Geekbench numbers don't help either. It's still behind Qualcomm and even Exynos. For most people, performance isn't a deal breaker, but I expected more battery life. Maybe AI features will make up for it, but we'll see. There are also official video leaks of the Pixel 10 Pro XL and Fold floating around, but by now you've probably seen them, so I won't waste time here. What I will talk about is Magic Q. The Pixel 10 lineup is debuting with it. Think Pixel Sense but more advanced. It watches what you're doing and anticipates your next move. If we're talking about a restaurant, you'll get a Google Maps link. If you mention a flight in an email, your itinerary pops up automatically. Google says all this runs in a secure, isolated environment. If it works like they claim, it might actually make smartphones feel smart again. Display-wise, Google's doubling the PWM refresh rate to 480Hz, which should help reduce eye strain, especially in low light. Still not as high as some Chinese brands hitting 1900Hz, but at least it's in line with Apple and Samsung now. The Pixel 10 Pro XL also packs a 5200 mAh battery, the biggest in a Pixel yet, second only to the OnePlus 13 in the US. But again, based on Google's own numbers, it's not translating into better endurance since they're still quoting the same battery life as before. Storage starts at 256GB and goes up to 1TB. The 128GB option is gone for the XL, though the regular Pixel 10 Pro still starts at 128GB, which feel outdated in 2025. Charging speeds see a small bump, wired from 37 watts to 39 watts, wireless from 23 watts to around 26 watts. Not groundbreaking, but technically faster. Pricing per storage tier stays the same, but since the XL drops 128GB, the entry price is now higher by default. So that's where we stand with the Pixel 10 Pro XL right now. If you're curious about Samsung's S26 Ultra, check out the latest update right here, and I'll see you there.